Michael Watson. I'm one of the co-founders of Wicked Publishing, and I'm
And
joined
I'm
by.
Matt Ryan, the other co-founder of Wicked Publishing.
And today we have with us a creator. What do you like to go by the way?
Dean is fine.
Dean is fine.
Yeah.
So we have a creator, Dean, with us today. He's the creator of the comic Tainted, and we're excited to have him. Welcome to the studio, man. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us and to talk about your comic tonight.
Sure, of course.
So, for those who don't know you or aren't familiar with your work, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I've been a comic fan probably since I was 8 years old, probably.
Yeah.
And that goes back to probably the early '80s. And I'm always wanted to write a comic book. I did a lot of comic books when I was a kid too. I mean, I created my own superhero universe, like every kid dreams of doing, and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But basically what Tainted is it's a passion project of mine that I wrote because I wanted to bring notification and awareness to people with mental health issues. I've in my life I've had a lot of issues in that respect, and the main character in my book, her name is Creek. She has her own issues as well, and I thought by showing that kind of character going through those kinds of things, it might just have a different voice and different look on what is mental health and a different approach.
I think that's really cool, man. I think that's a great way to do it because I think a lot of people can relate to that, with those kind of themes and messages, and to kind of wrap it in that kind of a story, I think is an interesting way to take that story.
It is. I mean, I basically the first issue is that we had a lot of success with the first issue, and I in it is basically Creek's origin story, and she basically talks about what she's going through right now, and also shows exactly what she went through. Like she was the popular girl at school. She was a cheerleader. She was all these great things, and then there was a really bad bus crash where she lost the love of her life, and from that she was thrown into a series of really deep depression.
Mm-hmm.
It put a big strain on her family, and but something also clicked inside her head. Something that set off that she can now see these strange glowing scars on certain people's faces, and she thought it was just part of her illness and she was hallucinating. But no, it was actually something else that had happened in her life, and this basically the book ends with her seeing her mysterious next door neighbor moving in, and he's got a scar on his face, and she wants to know more about that and how that's connected to her.
Interesting. So it's kind of got a supernatural theme throughout it, and kind of a mysterious plot to kind of start off the series. Nice. Now you mentioned you guys are on a second issue now, so you've done one issue before. Did you also go on to Kickstarter for that one?
I did, yes.
So how did that first campaign go for you?
It went really well. I mean, we started. It was also kind of a strange campaign too, because we did like 40 plus days, because it was over the Christmas holidays.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
and me doing my first campaign, I never knew that was a bad time to do a campaign.
Right, yeah, that can be a tricky time. There's a with everyone buying presents for holidays. It's tough. That's for
Oh, I
sure.
know. And I mean, we just kept trickling and trickling, and um, eventually, just with I think it was 5 days to go, I think we finally got funded, and then
Right.
we eventually went on to get fixed $5,600 Canadian, which allowed us to print the first issue. Allowed us to get out all the mailing out to all our 167 backers, and allowed us to keep some of the book um, for future campaigns, as well as on trying to get them into some local comic stores.
Nice, man.
I did do a signing in a comic store for the book, and actually that book was it was the comic store owner actually told me that it was one of the most successful books of it was the most successful book that he's locally produced book that he's ever seen,
Oh wow, that's cool.
because we
Nice,
sold we sold about 40 copies, which I mean is a lot for just a book that's not one of the big three, so.
Definitely. It's hard to move indie units at comic shops. That's actually really really exciting to hear that. Very nice, man. I see we have some pictures here. Should I pull some of these up for people to see?
Sure, yeah. The first one is basically just one of the action shots from the first book. It's basically the accident. I believe that's not with the final lettering. Sorry about that, but
Oh, no
um,
worries.
and then the next one is me at the comic book signing for the Tainted version one at the shop. So.
Right, yeah, and that's cool because I think it's nice to see that you kind of have a local connection with some of the shops in your area, and you're kind of trying to get it out there because I think that's a great way to connect with the larger communities is to reach those kind of shops.
I
And
think so.
yeah,
We have to support our local comic shop.
exactly, yeah.
And if and I think I, I just it's also good for indie creators um, to connect with their community, so that so that people out there know that there's actually other creators in their community, so
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I
they can
mean,
network and support each other and that kind of thing.
yeah, I mean it's a great community. I found it to be very supportive, and there's a lot of really great people who want to see everyone succeed here. So I'm excited to see. I think the crowdfunding side of things is a great way to look at that because there's just so much great success happening these days with crowdfunding. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm really hoping to see this one make it past the line as well, and you guys continue on through the series. Now,
Well,
sorry, what was that?
no, I mean that's the dream. I mean
Right? Oh yeah.
it's planned to be a 5 issue series, and
Oh,
I've
nice.
already mapped out the whole entire book.
Hmm.
I just have to. It's just trying to get this stuff printed and out to backers is the thing. That's the
That's
biggest
exciting.
hurdle.
Yeah, well, I think you're off to a great start. You already had your first successful campaign, which is one of the biggest hurdles of all, is just getting that first campaign finished and successful. So the fact that you've done that, I think, is a great sign that you can reach continued success with these campaigns.
I
You're
hope
clearly
so.
reaching your audience, I think. So now,
I hope. I hope so. We also did have this is the relaunch of its Tainted 2 as well. We did have one back in September that didn't fund.
really, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes it takes a couple tries.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot happen as well.
So this is actually that's why I'm calling it 2.1, is
Okay.
because it's our second attempt, and I've also added some new features to this particular campaign versus the first campaign, and that's a new exclusive cover, which is on the Kickstarter page. It's a beautiful, realistic kind of looking cover. And then the other one is the other thing we've added a whole new comic book series, first issue to everybody who backs it.
Nice, man.
So
That's a pretty nice perk. Yeah.
I
Now,
think,
I wanted to ask you a quick before we go into the more details of the campaign. I kind of wanted to ask you what we're seeing here on this page.
well, the two that the two on the campaign page itself.
We're looking at the overturned bus scene. It looks
Okay.
like.
Okay. That this is basically what happened is this is where Creek basically loses the love of her life. Her
This is
love is,
the incident. Okay.
yeah, and
Wow.
this is her saying, "Oh, this is the last time I reached for him," because
Mhm.
he in another bus and the two buses collided.
I see. Wow. Man, so this is like her like big change in her life that kind of sets her on this path towards her where she's going in this story.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Okay. Wow.
it's the catalyst that sets it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice, man. Well, that's awesome. I think that the page turned out great. The artist now. What kind? Who are you working with for artists on this series?
My artist is his name is Francois. He's actually from the Philippines. He's done the first two issues of the book. And he's done an amazing job.
Nice.
And he's also given me covers for 3 through 5. And he did all the designs and looks of all the characters and that kind of thing. Basically just off all of my notes. So I mean, he's put a lot of extra effort into the book itself. So
Oh, that's excellent, man. It sounds like you two work really well together.
yes, he's an amazing guy. His friend is actually is our letterer, so he
Nice.
does, yeah, so he does the his name is Bok Doing, and he does our lettering for us. So basically, with the two of them together, and then me giving the script and coaching and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think we did a wonderful job with the first two books. So
Well, that's excellent, man. And I assume you're offering the first book again in this campaign as well.
exactly, yeah. Actually,
Very nice.
what's I think it's you can right with digital comics being so affordable these days. I mean, you can get 3 comic books for less than $10. So
Oh, that's awesome, man. And now I pulled up the image here where you're. So this is you signing the Tainted book at the local shop. Is that right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very nice, man. That's cool, man. So it's nice to see you getting like again, nice to see you getting out there and signing books at some shops here, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to offer signed copies on your campaign at all? Have you any tiers of that nature?
I don't. I mean, I have had some backers who have said in their messages to me that they would like a signed copy sent to them. So I mean, they've
So it's
I
not out of the
basically,
question potentially.
sorry.
So it's not out of the necessarily out of the question for your backers if maybe they wanted to message you potentially.
No, that's not. No, of course they could. That's not a problem at all.
Nice, man. That's awesome. I know a lot of people really love to get signed copies of these books, and so that's something I think people would like to take you up on. I'd imagine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna post a link here for everybody in the YouTube chat here, so that everyone can see the Kickstarter page, and then I'll actually also screen share it so everyone can see it as well. But so here's the link. So you guys are currently you're doing the 2.1 issue. And you
Yeah.
guys are how much funded right now?
We're at. I have sitting. You guys might be different because it's in U.S. dollars. We have an 1817 Canadian right now. We're
Very
going
nice.
to a goal. we're going to a goal of 6,000 Canadian.
Very nice, man. It looks like in US that's $1,381 with a goal of 4,561, and 25 days left to go. So you guys
Yeah,
have plenty of time to make that goal, and you're well on your way already, which
I
is
think
good.
so.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so we have up on the screen now. Everyone in the chat can see the Kickstarter campaign. So we're gonna. I'll go ahead and we'll go walk through the campaign and check out the different perks that you have.
Sure.
So we start here with the first one. It's a pledge $1 US more. Every little bit helps. Is this a kind of just a donate what you can type of perk here?
Yeah, that's just basically just to help us produce our books. Is basically all it is. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's a great perk to include. I see a lot of people don't have that, but I honestly think it's smart because it doesn't hurt to have it, because a lot of times people are strapped for cash, but they want to contribute in any way they can. So honestly, having something like that is it's a really smart idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I like to see that. Now we go to the next tier. We have $5, and this one is the Tainted #2 Plain Jane. What comes with this tier?
Okay, basically that's just the just the comic book itself as a PDF, and then you also get the free comic book, which is Clutch and Prayer #1
Nice.
as a PDF.
Well, that's
So
cool.
so for I have it as $5 Canadian here. Is you get basically 2 books. So
Well, that's pretty exciting. Yeah, and this is about US $4. So I mean that's a great deal you're getting for 2 books there. Now, is this a book written by you or another an individual, one of your colleagues, perhaps?
no, it's actually written by me as well.
Nice.
But it's a different artist. And if you actually go further down the campaign page, it'll actually show you the cover of the book, and a couple pages within. Yeah, there it is. There, yeah.
Clutch and Prayer. Nice. I like the sci-fi feel to it. That's cool. Very nice, man. So you worked with Jorge Gabato, is that right? Is
That's
that how
right.
you
Yeah.
pronounce it? Very nice. Nice. Looks like that looks like a very fun comic. What kind of a story is that one?
Basically, they're 2 war veterans that are now turned bounty hunters slash treasure seekers slash, and they basically get involved in this intergalactic conspiracy. It was the first full comic book that I ever wrote before Tainted.
Mm-hmm.
Tainted was more a high concept book. This one's just basically I just did for fun. I did a lot of it just as the comic books I've loved through the years, and that one was more inspired by that. So
is that like a kind of space pulpy action adventure type of deal?
yeah, exactly.
Very nice, man. I love that kind of stuff myself. So I love that style. That's a great get with that. You're getting a good deal here.
If you go down further, you can actually see the second cover, and then and then a couple 2 pages from the interior art as well. So
this is the both covers done by the same artist then?
no, actually, the first cover is done by Tori Franklin,
Mm.
and then the second one is actually done by Diana Noriega.
Nice.
She actually did one of our covers for the Tainted #1.
Nice, man. Yeah, they both came out really nice. I like these covers here. So now we're seeing some of the interior pages for the comic.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice, man. So what can you tell us about the characters that we're seeing here?
Okay. Basically, Clutch and Prayer. Clutch is basically he's a cyborg. He basically lost his entire body in the war, and basically he's just a head on a mech suit now.
Jeez. Oh, that's intense.
and then Prayer, she's a sort of a badass kind of assassin, sassy, and
nice.
Kind of action oriented. And he's the worrywart, and she's the person of action, and they have a really funny chemistry between the 2 of them.
Nice, man. This is like a futuristic type world I'm taking it from here.
Yes, and George or Jorge, the artist, he actually designed all this stuff himself.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I mean, just look at his like little troopers there with the peas
I
on their
know,
front.
right?
It's so funny.
They're very iconic. I really like the design for those guys.
Yeah, and I mean, this is so. He just went crazy with all the designs. And I just loved it. But yeah,
Or like the frog up there in the corner, who's
yeah,
like on the news report. It looks like.
yeah,
I mean, that's so awesome, man. That's like a really, like you said, like a really fun sci-fi romp. I
exactly.
kind of dig that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
Which is interesting. It kind of contrasts interestingly with the other offering with Tainted.
it is. I mean, you basically one is quite a serious conspiracy kind of adventure, and then this one's just a full on romp. So
With a little bit of conspiracy thrown in for good measure.
of course,
Right, you got to have a little bit of that, right?
there's that somewhere, right? So
Exactly. Nice, man. So we'll go back up. So that's what you get with the $5 pledge. You get a digital copy of that book, Clutch and Prayer, as well as
yeah,
the other title book that's which is Tainted #2.
yeah,
And then on the next tier down, we have $8, which is the Tainted digital pack, and it looks like we get an added on additional issue #1 of Tainted to the digital pack here.
that's correct. Yeah,
Very nice, very nice. Now with $10, it looks like we're at the digital. We're still in the digital category here. What are the digital gallery of all Tainted covers? Is that a kind of just a different collage, or how do you guys handle that?
no, basically what there'll be is there'll be a digital virgin covers of all the covers.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be basically just the art without all the logos and numbers and that kind
Oh,
of thing.
oh, really? Oh, okay. Wow, that's actually really cool. That's kind of nice. I like that you guys have like a clean version of it, without the lettering and whatnot.
Yeah,
Really enjoy all the art there.
then we'll probably also throw in the clutch and prayer covers as well without the lettering as well. So
Nice, yeah. It's a pretty smart idea, honestly. I think it's a great way to add more value to the multicolors, or rather multicovers that you guys have.
yeah, I mean I loved that when I was collecting comics too, and getting the like I mean every cover somebody has seems to have a taste towards. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone has
Right,
different
yeah.
tastes, right? So
Yeah, I
like
always like that too. It's you get to see the different ones that maybe you didn't pick up, and you're like, oh, those all look really cool. I got the one I wanted, but they all look really good. So it's kind of nice to be able to see those in some
yeah,
form.
exactly.
Yeah, that is cool. Um, and so that's we round off the digital collection with the $10 tier, and we start moving into it looks like some of the physical stuff now.
That's correct. Yeah,
Very nice. So what is our first $15 Tainted boxer cover pledge about?
that's the first cover that's there with her rubbing her hands. That's
This one
the
here.
main. Yeah, that's
Very
right.
nice.
That one. Yeah,
Kind of the fighter pose look.
yeah. That's by Francois,
Nice.
and his cover plus the digital copy plus the cover gallery plus Clutch and Prayer again. So
Nice, man. That's a good offering. I like this too because from what I understand in the story, this issue is really about um, uh, Creek trying to fight back and to try and learn how to maybe start taking the offense in this whole battle against these cultists again that are trying to find her.
exactly. She's learning to be to protect herself more now with the second issue. I mean, she's evolving throughout the series, and Francois did this amazing a 2-page spread of Creek training in the book, and I mean he just did a bang up job. I mean, I sent him a couple Iron Fist training scenes or whatever from the comic book, saying get some inspiration from this, and he just went crazy with it. So I mean, those pages are such a lot of fun. So
Man, that's awesome. It's really cool. I like to see that character progression from the first issue. She's clearly changed from what's happened.
yeah, I mean, she's this basically she doesn't realize what's going on in with the kind of the pink cover there, she's basically listening to her music and has no idea what's going on behind, and that was done by CB Zane, and he did one of our covers for the first book, as well as he's done stuff for he did a book called Into the Suck and Scorpiana, and he's done a lot of stuff for
Nice.
Big Dog Inc. as well. So
Oh, that's cool. Nice, man. Yeah, I think this cover came out nice. The I'm not sure. Have you explained this one yet? What's with the ancient soldier there in the mirror? I gotta ask. You know.
basically, that's what's going to be revealed in the book.
Okay,
Um,
okay. So we can't necessarily reveal it here because it's a spoiler, but it is a mystery that there is going to be in the book. Then.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, well that's cool.
It's how the whole conspiracy is connected. So yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I can't wait to find out how that unfolds, man. Because that's one of the things that caught me about the cover is it looks so innocent at first, and it's like all the pink colors, you know, and the girl with her headphones on, and then all of a sudden in the background there's a swordsman coming through. It's like, whoa, what the? It really took me off guard there. So I thought that was a nice touch with the cover there. So I'm glad to hear it carries over into the story.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So onto the next tier that we have. We're on to the $25 tier,
Yeah,
and this one is a Tainted Forest cover, which I'm assuming is the one we're seeing here on the left.
that's correct. Yes.
Nice, man. And this, what can you tell us about this tier?
This tier is basically the cover is done by Beezes Studios. They're actually from India, and they actually were actually featured at the New York Comic Con 2019.
Wow.
And they did this cover. There's this artist that's on Instagram. His name is Remy Beer. He
Mm-hmm.
did this amazing sketch of that. And then as soon as I saw that, I said, "That's Creek." And basically that face that's sitting there now on the cover, they were able to reproduce from that sketch. And
Oh wow,
I actually bought the sketch from Remy, just so that we could have the rights to have that face. So
that's pretty
so,
cool. Yeah, it came out incredible. I really like this cover here. I feel like it's such a moody cover, you know.
oh yeah.
The atmosphere is really powerful. And it really, I think it tells a lot about the character just a little bit. It doesn't have to do much. It's very subtle, but it tells you a lot about the character, which
Oh
I
yeah.
think is cool.
There's a lot of emotion in those eyes for sure.
Right, and even in the body language, how she has her fists somewhat clenched, like she's somewhat reserved and closed off. So I feel like there's a lot to dive into with just this cover here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And also demonstrates that this is a serious comic, that there is a mystery going on and there's some dark elements, I think, which
Oh
is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and that's basically what there's dark elements not only in the book, but there's also dark elements going on in her as she's evolving as well. So
Right, because as you mentioned before, the whole mental illness thing and having to try and cope with those really tough issues going on inside of her head, right? You know, it's not just the external forces that are trying to get her, but she already has this thing that she's trying to deal with, which makes it even harder for her.
yeah, I'll actually send you the actual sketch it was
Oh,
inspired
nice.
by. There you go there. But yeah, as you can see, it's just amazing how much they're able to transfer over. And we're gonna use that sketch in future um, in future Tainted as well, because I think the face is just absolutely perfect. So
No, yeah, I know it came out incredible. So you don't mind if I share the other one here, the
no,
original sketch?
no, of course.
Cool, cool. I'll pull that out. Yeah, no, actually, that's really cool. So, and again, remind me who the original artist was for this sketch here that we're about to see.
The original artist, his name was Remy Beer, and you can find him on Instagram. So
Nice. Where is it? One second. Now, the sketch here, um, was this used as a general basis for the character all around the board? Then, not just that initial cover.
No, it's just that cover.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
this is a brand new thing.
Oh, it's new to. Oh, okay. So it kind of came after issue 1.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and
That,
it just the way the way the sketch is, and just the way her, there's just something else going on inside her head, and
hmm
that
Yeah,
that
it's a
that,
beautiful sketch, really.
that complexity that's going on inside there. I
hmm
mean, that's exactly what's going on inside Creek's head as well. So
Nice. Yeah, I see what you mean with the eyes. They're very expressive.
yeah,
Done the artist has done an incredible job with sculpting the features and really bringing those to life. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I could see you possibly working with that artist again on future work.
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be great if he could come back and do some more for us. I mean, like um maybe even an alternate cover for us or something. That would be great.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because you clearly have a lot of great alternate covers, so that actually would be a great way to bring it back into the fold.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll bring back the Kickstarter here. Getting
Okay.
back to it. So with the $25 tier, you get issue number 2 with that cover we were just discussing. And you
Yeah,
also get a digital copy and a cover gallery,
yeah,
and a digital copy of Clutch and Prayer number 1.
that's correct. Yeah,
Then on to the next one, we have the $30 Peekaboo cover. Is this another variant cover then?
yeah. That's the one, the pink cover.
Oh, that's one. This one here with the soldier and the all the pink with the headphones.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice. I like our headphones. I actually just noticed that they're like glowing and they have like cat ears on them. That's fun.
The first issue cover,
Mhm.
it actually has those headphones, so they're
Oh,
like
really?
they're like a staple for her. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. That's kind of like become part of her character, almost like an iconic part of her outfit,
yeah.
her design.
And actually, that's another thing that's revealed in the second issue too, is why these headphones, and also what is she listening to?
Really? Man, you seem like the kind of person who likes to layer in your mysteries.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do. I mean, it's part of the fun.
Right? You can't just give it to them all at once. It's too easy.
No, exactly,
You got to make them work for it.
exactly.
Nice, man. Well, so that's at the $30 tier. You get that cover with the digital, the cover gallery, the clutch and print number 1, and that's a limited edition. So does that mean that it's only available in this campaign?
Yes, and it's only limited to 50 copies.
Oh wow, nice, man. Oh wow, that's awesome. So if you really want to get on this, you got to get on this now.
Yeah,
You don't want to come up on this late.
no. CB Zane he's got a all his fans are called Zaniacs. So I mean, they buy every cover that he does. So I mean, he has quite the following. So
Nice, man. Yeah, that one's probably gonna sell out fast, I imagine.
I hope so. Yeah, it's we did sell out on his cover on the first issue. So
Nice. Now we have another $30 tier, $23 US, which is Tainted Starter Pack. Now, what's
yeah,
this one all about?
okay. This is the hard copy of the first issue, as well as it's a hard copy of the second issue, and then it's the digital copy of the cover gallery and the collection prayer again. But what's different about this is that you're getting basically the two Francois covers. So
Hmm.
you're getting the wrapping of her hands at the top of this campaign, as well as the main cover from the first issue. And I can bring that up on Twitter again here.
Nice. So, while you're doing that, I'll go back to the first one. So this is the issue 2 that Francois did here, and
Yeah,
this is what you'll be getting with it, and you also get the issue number 1 cover that Francois did as well,
exactly.
which is actually a really good deal. It's kind of nice for the people who want to collect something where it's kind of along the same lines. A lot of people want to have the same cover artist, especially if they're like a certain type of variant or a type of cover. They really want to go for that again.
Yeah, they're it's like all the variants. So I mean, they're it's what different people like. I mean, we had 5 different variants with the first issue, and I mean, I had it split up. I mean, split up all over all the different variants. I mean, we didn't have one that just other than CB Zane's, but the rest of them, I mean, they're about even across the board. So you got you have to offer each tier with a different cover because, like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, it's just
Nice. Real quick before we go on, I wanted to address the chat here. Paul says, I really dig that cover. I think he was talking about the actually we should ask him which cover were you talking about, Paul? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I think we're seeing now the original #1 Francois cover from the first issue.
that's right. Yeah.
Which is really cool to see. And we see the iconic headphones there. So was this the first time we saw these headphones then?
It was, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they really have an iconic look. Are those dog prints? What kind of are those cat? No, obviously cat prints. When I'm talking dog prints. Yeah, let's have dog prints on a cat ears. That makes sense. No, but so they're little cat prints on the little ears there. I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute. Did you design that, or did your artist design that one?
No, actually, I was inspired by a pair of there's actually a pair of headphones that are like that from Japan.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
And then
Maybe
I
just
was
Japan, right?
yeah, it was funny after Tainted 1 came out. It was a couple months. I think a month went by. And then Area Grande released a limited edition of those headphones. And I thought it was just so funny that we already covered that in Tainted #1.
Oh, that's funny. Huh. That's an interesting. Well, yeah, I think either regardless, I think it came out as a great design. So I'm glad to see that you guys carried it over to the next issue. It's not just something that was just a little bit of a one-off.
Oh no! And when you do read the first 2 issues, you'll know how special the headphones are. So and how much of actually part of her character they are. So,
Really? Okay. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And so that's what you get with the starter kit. Is that right?
yeah, the starter pack. Yeah.
Very nice. So kind of get you. That'd be a good one for people who are new to the series and are trying to catch up and see what they missed.
Yeah, that if they want the hardcover, there's also the digital version too with both issues as well. So
okay, nice. And so moving up from the starter kit tier, we have the next one up, which is the bundle pack.
Yeah.
And so that comes with, it looks like maybe the whole set. What do we have here?
Yeah, it's the whole set of the different covers for Tainted #2.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's another way to get the CB Zane cover if the 50 goes over, because they'll only be printed for this Kickstarter, and that's you will get that option to get that cover if you get this particular pack. So.
Yeah, I like that you're offering one where you can get them all, because I think certain, especially collectors, they like to be able to get all the variants and to see all the different covers. So I think it's a good choice there, and also having the option to get the kind of limited edition covers, I think also incentivizes people to want to get one of those larger tiers. Kind of get everything in there at once.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good value right there, honestly.
It is, especially when you're looking at you're looking at just basically one of the ones by themselves is already $30. So I mean, you're getting 3 books plus a free comic plus digital copies plus the cover gallery. So yeah, I think it is a good price. The next one down, the World Pack, is basically all the covers from number one and number two, um, except for the one CB Zane cover that's sold out.
Wow. Damn, man, that's a nice one too. I mean, that's like the complete collection right there. No wonder you call it the World Pack.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's cool because it looks like you guys had 4 covers with the first one, plus I guess it would have been 5 with the sold out cover.
yeah,
Nice, man. So you're really getting to see all the different artists that have been on display with this series, and that's a
yeah.
nice
And
one right there.
I've worked with so many amazing artists. I mean, and we just want to keep bringing them back to do more stuff for us because they just do our characters just so well that. And then the ones the ones that are super popular. I mean, um, the fans demand that they want this person to come back. So
How many artists have come back for covers then now?
we have obviously Francois is doing the book,
Hmm.
and then you have CB Zane, who's done covers for is Tainted 1 and 2, and then Diana Noriega, she did the second cover for Clutch and Prayer, and she's also done she did the Attitude cover for Tainted #1.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. Oh,
So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
and then we're probably going to have the guy that did Tainted #1 Survivor cover. His name is Mark Muzinga, and he actually did an amazing job with that cover, and we're hoping to bring him back for #3 actually. So
Hmm. Very nice. Yeah, that's exciting. So you guys have some plans for #3 down the line as well then?
oh, of course,
Very
yeah,
nice.
I have it all. It's already all mapped out. Um, I did basically just have to I just basically have to go back to my outlines and my drafts, and I mean we'll have the next issue already going. So
Nice. Keep this train rolling here.
that's my hope. Yeah,
Nice, man. Well, that's awesome, and I think, like you said, I think all your artists are really putting some amazing work out here. Everything just
oh,
looks incredible all across the board.
yeah, and after the show I can send you some of the other covers from the first issue too if you like. But
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, I would definitely like that. So we're actually starting to see some of the interior art here on the left here.
yeah,
Um, oh man, gotta love that interior art. That is gorgeous, isn't it?
it is.
It's actually incredible. Um,
Actually, the one guy, if you if you go to the second panel, we have the 4 people. The guy in the furthest to the left is actually one of our backers.
which was the Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Is that part of one of the tiers then on to be able to be part of the comic?
yeah, it's one of the tiers is to have a cameo. So and
Oh, that's awesome.
that was one of the tiers for for the first book, and so there's 2 fans that actually appear in the second book. So
Oh, that's fun. So does that mean that you get to be in issue 3 then, or how's that work for the new tiers?
the new tiers, the $200 one that's sitting there now, is basically the reason it's $200 is because you'll actually become a, a, a supporting character in the third book. You become the captain of the ship,
Oh
which is
man.
which is this ship that Octavius and Creek and Creek's friend Jericho are going to try to catch in the third issue. So when they meet the captain and they meet them on the boat as well as in the town and stuff like that. That character will be based on this fan,
Really? Oh,
and
that's fun.
you can actually work with me and the artist to make your character. You can name your character and how they look. If you want them to look like you, that's great. If you want them to look like something else, you have that. It just has to be human.
That's the one caveat.
Yeah, we don't want somebody putting their night elf in there or something. So
Right, that's fair. It gotta make sense with this within the context of the story.
Right.
But no, I think that's a great way for people to be part of this the comic, and clearly it turned out great. We see here on the in the top right panel on the left, that's one of the backers from the last campaign who got his likeness in there, and it looks like it's a fun cameo. So I love to see that, and the next one being the ship captain, I think is great too. So
Oh, I think. Well, I mean, I'm really excited to see how that will turn out. I mean, it's a I mean, having someone else create a character for the book, I think is not only fun for them, but it's also fun for me too. I think.
oh yeah, oh I bet, yeah. I mean that's so awesome. And real quick here, we have another tier that looks like it might also be somewhat character cameo, but even more than a cameo potentially. How's this next tier work with the
Okay.
be a secret agent tier?
Okay. The next tier is your character will be a co-star in issues 3, 4, and 5.
Oh
You'll
wow,
be you'll have a cameo in the third issue, but then in the fourth and fifth issue, you're actually going to be working right with the main characters.
oh that's awesome. So you'll be a little bit more than just a cameo later down the line. It's actually more of a it's actually a larger role.
Yeah, you'll actually be a character in that world.
Well, that's awesome.
So that's why that's why it's only one. but
So if which is still available. So if you really want to get that character in there, and I'm assuming they don't, like you said, they don't have to make it necessarily themselves. They could make it something else as long as it fits within the story, right?
exactly. I mean, if they
As long as a human who fits within the story, I should say.
actually it was kind of funny. One of the backers for the first issue was my dentist,
Oh, really?
and he wanted his wife in the book.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow.
So yeah, so yeah, it was that was so I mean it doesn't necessarily have to be you. I mean it can be
Nice.
we can put that kind of likeness. I mean anybody that if you have a friend or you have a loved one or wherever you want to put in there, we can we're gonna do our best to make sure that happens. So.
Well, that's exciting, man. I think it's really cool. You're allowing people to be not just a candidate, but you're really allowing them to be part of this world and get something unique because that's something they can have special and hold dear for a while to be, pull out that and say, look at this over here. I think that's really cool and to really be able to enjoy that for them. So
Yeah,
I think that's awesome, man.
that's another reason why we're also calling them a legacy backer
Oh,
is because
really? Interesting.
they're not only going to be paying to be that character, but they're also going to get the next 2 issues for free as well.
Whoa, damn! Well, that's like pretty damn good deal right there. Jeez. Well, that's awesome. That's really cool. So not only are you getting to be part of the book, but you're kind of getting kind of like a VIP treatment with getting the next 2 issues sent to you for free.
That's exactly
So
right.
that's pretty freaking awesome. I like that, man. That's cool. I've never really seen that before, so I think that's a really unique tier. I really hope someone takes advantage of that because
I do
that's
too.
really
I
cool.
really hope that we that we're able to tell the rest of the rest of the story.
Oh, definitely. And I'm after in fact after the stream, I know I'm gonna be going and backing it as well.
Thanks so much.
I haven't decided what tier yet, but oh yeah, definitely, man. I'm very sold on this book. I love it. Uh, it's been really cool talking with you about this because it's a really cool book and really interesting characters and some really great art you have on display here as well.
Thank you.
Now, real quick, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to ask you real quick because I see we have a character on the left here. He says, "My name is Octavius Marcello Farisi." Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
He to me he definitely gives off a mysterious vibe. Is there anything you can tell us about this character without spoiling anything?
Well, at the end of issue 1, um, he is her neighbor.
He's quite a neighbor to have.
Yeah. So he's the guy that's moving in, and he's and you after you read number 1, you'll find out how important he's actually going to be in her life. I mean, I mean, if you read the text right there and now, I mean, it just already says, it's basically what I do with what I try to do with page 3, with this issue, is I try to have like a wrap up of what happened in the previous book. And this is saying that basically, this is what happened from his perspective. This is what happened in the previous book.
Oh wow. Okay. This is the aftermath of
Yeah.
issue 1.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, man. Well, that's exciting because it definitely sounds like, based on his description there, that the first issue really plays out in an exciting manner.
It does. I'm still. I'm just. I have so much pride for the book.
Now it looks like we have an All Gone tier. That was the early bird special.
Yeah.
That you had on available. Now
Yeah.
we're seeing some more art here. Rome circa 65 AD. Ooh, got some history going. I definitely love some history, man.
Yeah. There's one of the that's another thing we have on in here too, is right before you saw Octavius there, there's actually some reviews there that are from some of the critics that actually read the book, and they loved the book.
Oh, right here, yeah.
And they one of them actually said he was a huge history buff, and
Really?
and he liked the alt history take. So that's another thing that will that you'll get when you actually read the series too. So.
Well, that's cool, man. I respect that a lot because, as a comic writer, I love to put in history whenever I can, and so
Oh
I
yeah.
love to see that in other works as well.
Yeah, that was that was something I really wanted to bring to the book too. Was just sort of I found when I was doing research for the book, and I was trying to find out how I was gonna create this cult. I found a hole in Roman history. That's where they can't find any more evidence regarding what happened to, if you read on this page 5 here, it's Nero that's sitting there in the throne, and they don't know what he had a son, but they don't know what happened to him.
Really?
After he was assassinated, he disappeared.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting.
So and in history, then history lost track of him. So that's I when I found that hole, I was like, oh my god! I mean, that's there's so much juiciness there for a story.
So there's a big mystery that you guys are going to explore with that as well, then, about where this child ended up. I think.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's fun. I like how you've interweaved that with the story there. That's really interesting. So I take it we'll see more of that as the story unfolds.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Very nice.
that's as the book continues, and all the way up into the end, you'll be you're going to really find out the nuts and bolts of the cult and why she's so special, and uh, where her sight came from, and all that kind of juicy stuff. So.
And here we're seeing a training page.
Yeah. This is the page right before that double page spread that I talked about earlier.
Now, getting back to the chat here, I just wanted to say that Paul says, "Man, it is beautiful," and Coffee and Critter says, "Lord, this art is so good." Clearly, people are enjoying the work that you guys are putting out.
Yeah, he did such an amazing job. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, he just nailed it.
Oh, I know, right? I mean, from the aesthetic to just the feel of everything, there's so much energy in these pages.
Oh, exactly. I mean, like, just that one crack to his chin. I mean,
I know, right? It's so perfect.
Yeah. like the foot is bent the perfect way, and it's just you can actually feel like you're getting kicked in the face. I mean,
Right, you can
that's
feel the impact there. That's
exactly.
that does not feel good. Another person in the chat, Paul again. He says, where is it? Dean from Canada. He says, my family's from Nova Scotia. Wonder what part you were from.
Oh, I'm from Alberta, but I actually have cousins in Nova Scotia. Ask
Oh,
him
nice.
if he goes to Halcon.
Halcon, is it?
Halcon, yep.
Halcon.
HAL Con, yep.
Hopefully we'll catch him. I think he's on his way out, but if not, we'll catch him in the chat. But that's funny that you guys have that connection. We actually have a few of the Wicked creators. Paul actually just signed with us recently on Canada Bear, and so we also have Wes from Chargers from Canada as well. So we have
Oh, wow.
we have a couple Canada people now. Which in fact, if people hadn't caught on by now, you're also from Canada.
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, getting back to the page here. What? Real quick, actually, who's able to answer here? He says one in Halifax. He says he's been to.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yep.
Very nice, man. That's awesome. That's cool. It's what a small world. I like to see that, and I think it's cool that you're able to get books out to so many people, being international, and it's I think that's cool to see you're able to keep that going.
Oh yeah. We have trying to think, well, how many countries was it? I think 20 different countries. I think we went to
Wow.
with the first book.
Jeez. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we had people in Finland and Sweden and Germany and the UK and um, where else? One in Russia. There were a couple in there was a whole bunch in the States, of course. And I mean, we've had it's amazing how just a universal appeal that the book had with the first issue. And I mean, some of those some of those German backers. I mean, they were the ones who kept asking me, "When's the next one coming out? When's the next one coming out?" They kept emailing me, asking me about the status of it and if they could get any more
Wow.
and that kind of thing. And so then
That's exciting.
it is. It's super fun.
Yeah, it's cool to see you growing it even in an international basis. I mean,
Yeah.
that's must feel really good.
Oh, it does. Yeah, for sure.
Nice, man. So moving on to the next page here, right? We get to see some really cool armored warriors here. Who are these guys?
That's actually the modern version of the cult,
Oh
and
wow.
they've landed in her town.
Oh geez. That's not good. Jeez, they look like they're out for vengeance or blood or something, man. I mean, they even say their blood is anger, blood is life, blood is all.
Yeah, and
Their kind of motto there.
that's one of their chants. Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely don't look like they're messing around. Is that a villain? One of the antagonists in the bottom panel there.
it is. Yeah, and she's the leader of this unit that's been sent
Mm.
to find Creek. So
Well, I
um,
love that. I love the modern take on the cult kind of thing because I love a good cult story, but this is looks like it could have potential for good action and good sci-fi stuff, and I love all that stuff too. So
yeah,
uh,
and we also try to with the try to keep the Roman connection as well. I mean,
right,
their modern day their which I did some research on that too. I mean, I was trying to find examples of what if what a Roman centurion would look like today.
that's amazing. I see it. I see what you mean exactly with the way that the billfold or they have those kind of things coming out the top. It's I mean that's so cool. I love to see that. It's almost like what if the Roman Empire had continued to exist for all these years and now they have these elite soldiers with these high tech weapons and armor and how does that work? And what does that
Exactly.
look like?
Yeah.
And what is that on the helicopter? Is that what kind of a weapon is that? There is that is there a
That
weapon there?
um,
It's like it looks like a protruding, almost like a javelin shaped type of device.
it is. We the book never uses it. That was Francois drew that, but he wanted to have some sort of yeah. He said, why don't we give this helicopter some extra guns or extra I don't know.
Some sort of extra big firepower kind of way.
Yeah, and I said, oh, sure. I mean, they have to make them look sinister, so you probably have to ask him what that thing does. But
Hey man, well, I might have to have you guys back on a second stream to find out about that one. Well, at the very least, I think he did succeed in making it look sinister. It
oh, for sure.
it looks super terrifying, and I actually think that kind of thing adds a really iconic look to it. It doesn't look like your typical helicopter.
No, it doesn't. No,
Yeah.
um, I might have to come up with in the third issue. I might have to come up with what that thing's used for.
I know, right? That'd be awesome, right? Maybe we'll see that down the line getting used at some point,
Exactly.
if we're lucky. Nice, man. Well, that's awesome. The pages are looking great here. We have the cover Tainted, even in darkness we fight. Is that
Yeah,
another one of the logo or the mottos from the story?
yeah. That's our main call or our main tagline for the book.
Very nice.
Is no matter how dark it gets, we keep fighting.
That's
It's
awesome,
basically
man. I think that's a great message to put out there as well, because I think that goes along with the mental health aspect of what you want to convey with the story, which is that even if though we are surrounded by at times a lot of darkness, and even people with these mental issues, they certainly have a lot more darkness than most, that we can still find the way to fight and possibly even find that light if we really want to.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's a really cool message. I think it's really relatable for a lot of people, which I think is something I think honestly something I look for in these projects is something I want to find something that I can connect to and to really to root for it, so I can to want to see these characters succeed. So I'm glad to see that here.
yeah. That's exactly what I wanted it to come across as. So
That's awesome, man. Well, I think you're doing great here. Again, we have some more of the art here. Here's some more art from what was it again?
clutch and prayer.
Clutch and Prayer.
Yeah,
Which is the bonus comic that comes with the issue of Tainted. So you're getting potentially, if you back it right, you could get up to 3 books here, with more books if you can count the variants. So you have a lot of
exactly.
cool stuff on display here for the tiers. Looks like that there might be some stretch goals.
Yeah, they're just basic ones because we're already throwing in the clutch and prayer book
Hmm.
a full book. So basically, our stretch goals are basically all hard copy backers will get printed copies of virgin covers, of clean covers. So yeah, with 3,000, you'll get the Peekaboo by CB Zane, a clean card copy of it mailed with your comic book.
Nice.
So, and what's interesting about our campaigns is we print on 80-pound almost cardstock paper.
Really? Oh wow.
So it's
That's kind of
actually
nice.
so it's actually has quite a luxury feel to it.
That's
So
really
when
cool.
we print these posters, they're just they're 8 by 10 posters, and they're basically just clean covers, but they're printed on that really cardstock almost paper. So it's good for good for hanging or good for framing or whatever you'd like to do with it. So
Nice. I think that's adds a lot of quality to it to have that kind of nice paper. I think that was a smart move, and I like to see that you have some merch as well. So, once if you get people can get you to 3,000 and the 5,000, you're getting some extra goodies here.
yeah,
And then at the $7,000 mark, if we can get you guys that far, we get the third issue fully funded.
yeah,
That's pretty amazing. That would be a dream come true, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would be.
That's so cool. So I mean, that would put you guys forward so far and get you guys towards towards the next issue. So I would love to see you guys make it, even to the first or second, or if not the third stretch goal here. And hell,
Yeah,
let's get them. We're definitely making them to that first major goal. So I know you guys are going to make that. So to me, it's just a matter of what stretch goal you guys are going to get to. That's in my personal opinion. I think you guys have a really great book here. I think you guys have put a lot of work into it. You're working with a lot of talented people. And I think there's a lot to really enjoy here and unwrap with this book.
I really hope so. It's it's a labor of love. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, I'm I'm extremely pleased with it. I want to I want to share this book with as many people as I possibly can, not only for the awareness factor of the first issue, but also just to have that kind of quality comic book out there. And I hope that there's lots of success with Tainted, because there's other stories I'd love to tell as well. I mean, one thing we're doing also with Tainted is on the second to last page of the first issue, it actually teased Clutch and Prayer.
Oh, really?
And then on the end of the second issue, it's gonna tease another series that we would like to write, and then hopefully we'll be able to tease 5 series total when the series is done.
Man.
And then the fans can tell us which one of those 5 they want us to do next.
Oh, that's cool. That's really fun. I like that. It kind of gives more of that bringing back choice to the backers.
Exactly, and also because we wouldn't be able to do this without them. I mean, and I think that a lot of people that do campaigns, I don't know if they get that.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that, honestly. It's so important, and it's such an important thing, and it's crazy that sometimes it goes overlooked.
No, I think so. I mean, there's guys that, I mean, there's lots of guys out there that have a lot of great tiers on their campaigns, um, but they're basically stickers and um, pins and stuff like that. But when you get them, you probably throw them out. Um, but I've been the tiers I've been trying to do. I've been trying to do them with more of a more of a creative feel, so that you're actually become part of the book.
Yeah, no, I think that's a smart way to do it. It gives you that personal touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I think that's the great thing about Kickstarter too. I think is it should have that, especially if you're trying to have your product um, go get out to as many people as possible. As you need to have that one thing that makes you different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
And
You have to stand out amongst the crowd.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. I like I said, I think you guys are off to a great start. I love what you guys have here. I'm gonna go back it myself, so I definitely encourage our viewers to go back it as well. I think there's something really special here with your book, and I really like the character of Creek. I think she's a really interesting character. I think I really like. I can't wait to dive into her story. Me personally, as a new backer, I didn't back the first issue. I get to now experience the first and the second issue. So there's really is a lot of great material for both people who are returning and newcomers alike.
Yeah,
And
and also I think you'll probably get a huge kick out of Clutch and Prayer too. So
oh yeah, exactly. I mean that's just added bonus. You're getting another comic on top of everything. So I mean, there's really a lot of value here and a
I
lot of
think
great
so.
perks. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. We're wrapping up. We're getting down to the end of our time here, but I wanted to ask if you could tell us what is the future for your comics look like
What is the future for Tainted or for
for
comics in general?
Tainted, for specifically your comic in Tainted.
Well, we have to get to number 2 funded, and then we want to finish the 5-issue series, and then, like I said, we'll have those 5 previews in each of the books. And at the end of that, we'll have a big contact with all the backers, asking which one they would like us to pursue next.
Nice.
And then the winner will do another 4-issue or 5-issue series with the winner. So
Nice, man. Well, that's exciting. I think that's a great way to do it, and it gives people a lot to look forward to in the near future for your series.
I think so. And it's like I said, I really want to give back. So and give and keep the fans happy. So.
Nice. Well, I'm sure they appreciate that. And speaking of fans, is there anything you'd like to say to all your fans and people considering backing your books out there?
Um, I mean, I've already said a lot, but I mean, I give it a try or give us a chance. We're I'm working with so many great talented people, and their work and really needs to find a bigger audience. I mean, um, Diana and CB and Francois and Bachnoy and myself um, and Jorge, and especially Jorge. I mean, that guy can create like, the amount of crazy creatures that he can create. Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
but but yeah. So I mean, just those people are all part of this project, and um, I think I just don't think you'll be disappointed. So.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, that's really exciting to see, and I can't wait to see you guys make this goal and keep pushing it forward. So, I'll keep checking on you, and I'll be getting my copy after we get off here. I just got to figure out which cover I'm gonna get. If I might
Okay.
have to get that bundle, man. I might have to get the bundle with all of them, man. With all those friggin' covers. I mean, this is a good deal. So you'll be seeing my contribution come up here shortly.
Thanks so much,
uh,
man.
yeah, yeah. So, where can people follow you online so they can make sure to follow all of your new updates and new comics that you got coming out?
You can there's a Facebook page that's it's just facebook.com/tainted comic. It's called Creeks World, and all of our books and behind the scenes and stuff like that, and sketches and those kinds of things always pop up on there for our fans to see. So
Nice. So that's a great place for you guys for them to follow to get all the main stuff for you.
exactly, yeah.
Nice. So you're pretty active on there. Then I take it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome, man. Well, that's cool. And then can people follow you on Twitter as well?
Of course, yeah,
And
yeah.
so you got that at Kishteen as well.
That's right.
I'll put that up on the screen. Nice, man. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. I really appreciate it. I can't wait. I'm really excited for you. Do you have any more streams planned at this moment? Anything people can look up to, in the near future?
I did do a couple streams for actually for 1 and 2 with the Flat Pack. They also have they have streams as well.
Nice.
Um, if you go on to my Twitter page, there's links for those streams there as well.
Very nice. And when is that already taking place or is that upcoming?
No, that's already taken place.
Oh, nice. So let me go ahead and post that as well. Then was that the TFPS, the
Yep,
Flattenmeister?
the Flat Mic.
Very nice. That's cool. And how'd that show go?
Oh, great! They're two very interesting characters. So
Oh, that's awesome. Oops, I think their video's playing. I'll have to check that out later.
no, actually, when we were promoting the first book, I quoted them both on one of the ads that we did for the first book, and they were quite tickled about that. So
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. Nice, man. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to see you getting around, and hopefully we'll be seeing you on some more stuff very soon. And
yeah,
thank you again for talking with us, man. I'm super excited about this book, so I can't wait. And it's just been a pleasure talking with you tonight about your series.
thanks so much, Mike.
Oh, you're welcome. And thanks everyone who joined us in the chat. Please go back to book, and we will see you guys next time on the Indie Spotlight. Everyone have a great night.
Good night, everyone.